Make sure that the bro, bro, you remember that? I don't remember that. What are you talking about? Cool. I haven't pulled up the screen yet. I gotta pull it up. I totally do.
There's a glowing window on the chat. It's like a Chernobyl window.
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bloodborne.
We get all the interesting. I get the most interesting people.
I don't think the Bloodborne Hunter has a good life expectancy based on my experience.
No, absolutely not. But you know, Shaman is an interesting character.
What?
All right.
Little man 0402
Which new effect? That's the question. Gotta finish editing a few things before we get started. Hey guys, send us a message for both of us instead of my usual headset.
No response yet. I'm not sure it's working.
No, give him a second.
Is it plugged into the remote?
Yeah, it's plugged into the PlayStation 4.
Should we plug into the remote?
It wouldn't be able to. I'll send that out, see if that doesn't. Ah, there we go. Okay, we got to turn the music down. All right, then we'll just, yeah. We had to do this last time. I did this too. All right, let's,
Just turn the master volume down.
yeah. Turn it down to about 2. Music volume as well.
Music volume is the biggest contender, my friend.
Effects can stay the same. Dialogue can go to 5, I think.
It's not known for its heavy dialogue, None for Honor.
All right, how about this, guys? Can you hear us? Can you hear us now? Any problems? Any issues?
Yes, actually, I believe Heidegger once said.
That's great. Okay, looks like most everyone can hear us now. Okay, so awesome. Guys, welcome to this live stream. This is a very interesting new kind of live stream. We're going to have a lot of fun tonight because tonight visiting me for the Thanksgiving break is my kid brother, Post Commodore. Say hi, Post Commodore.
Hi, Post Commodore.
Yeah, if y'all couldn't tell, it's going to be a very interesting night. Now, here's the thing. As y'all know, my Wi-Fi here is terrible. It's absolutely abysmal. So my brother and I are afraid to actually play a game together online because we're worried it will mess up the live stream or it'll kick us a bunch of times. So we're not going to do that. What we're going to do is we're going to play. I'm going to play, but we're going to be talking, just chatting it up, and you're going to get to see me and my bro just talking about past stuff, talking about stuff that we've seen. And if y'all want to ask any questions about history, now's the time, guys, because my brother is the history major. Quite often go to him to double check me and have us discuss it because he knows a lot more about certain facets of history. If it's American history, European history, he knows a lot about it. My specialty was always Asian history, so he may know more things than I do. So if y'all have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask your questions.
Yeah, just seeing the things in the chat. Burke Sullivan, I see you are a man of culture.
Exactly.
You are always welcome here in Pig on a Wing. We do sound similar. That's because we are 100% biological brothers, same parents.
And the year difference isn't that big.
Who do you think would win tactics-wise, Spartans or Romans? I would argue the Romans because originally the Romans actually had the phalanx formation just like the Spartans did, but the phalanx formation can be easily flanked. The maniple formation that they switched to after the Samnite Wars became the standard across the Mediterranean world, and Sparta's power slowly declined, so I would have to give it to Rome.
It's a good question, though, honestly. How much history do you know about Latin America? I mean, do you know much? I mean, you know some, I know.
Sparse. I know about a lot of the I know a little bit about the revolutions, I should say, like Simon Bolivar, the Haitian Revolution. That's really more Caribbean, I guess, than Latin. But I did some. My primary research was in European and United States history. But of course, I picked up a lot on the Western world because that's primarily what I work with. But I know a little bit about Latin American. I always try and learn a little bit more, so I'm sorry if I can't answer every question there.
What, is this the brother you did your Assassin's Creed vids with, or was that your other brother? No, this is my brother. I only have one brother. I don't have any others waiting in the wings. This is my only brother. So, yeah, this is the guy I do my Assassin's Creed videos with. So yeah, was a blow dart actually used outside of hunting? I mean, I would imagine so.
Blow darts, particularly, were actually they were because of think about this. Like, you also want to be careful when using them for hunting because if they're poison tip, you don't want that infecting the meat so much. So you have to be careful what type of poisons you can use on whatever you're hunting. But yeah, blow darts can be used for assassinations. It's just they're not ideal because of how inconsistent they can be unless they're like professionally made modern techniques.
Yeah, and you know, when I think about blow darts, I think that they would be specifically used for war purposes. Like, you wouldn't want to use them for hunting so much, like you just said, but imagine like guerrilla war tactics, like, you know, just blow darts coming out of the trees, you know, like it's coming out of the trees, man.
Viet Cong, famous use of their blow darts, man. But
yeah, it's. Oh man, again, good questions. Keep those questions going. Okay, so doing a tribute real quick, and the reason I do, me and you never do tribute against other players because no one ever does tribute. I'm just doing tribute because I've got an order.
It was tribute, in my opinion, is like that seasonal event that should have stayed seasonal, and they somehow just kept up with it. And I'm incredibly disappointed that we lost Jormungandr event, but we kept this travesty. Berserker, please, just accept it. No, it's you. We promise it's you.
It is definitely not me. This one's all you.
Shouldn't Berserker be in Valhalla right now? I mean, you seem really out of place here right now. Just, yes, needed thing.
I'm almost certain that For Honor is going to do something for Assassin's Creed.
If Spartans had Roman tactics and weapons,
well,
that's kind of hard to, because here's the thing with the Spartans: they are stone-faced traditionalists, and they don't like doing anything other than that phalanx unless it's pancration. So it's feasible, but here's the thing: when Rome came to Greece, Sparta actually became what's classified as a client kingdom, and so typically the Spartans were used kind of as auxiliary troops for the Romans. So they still stuck to their own thing, even though they saw the maniple formation in action. So,
that kid say just about his death of a punch.
Hey, gravity, For Honor's greatest weakness. But okay, what character do I main? I typically go either. It depends on what my orders are, but I typically.
Dude, you don't even lie. You are either Warden or Black Friar every day.
Okay, granted.
Yeah, this mad lad mained Warden all the time until Black Friar came. Genuinely, Black Friar was a character you wanted. Like, since day one, you wanted a kite, shield, and sword hero. And once you saw Black Friar, I remember, it was the first time I'd ever heard you, like, squee over something. Like, legit, you were so pumped for Black Friar. It was the coolest thing.
Yeah,
okay.
I was a little hyped to see. Okay, speaking of tribute, do you think it would be a good idea to put tribute and skirmish on weekly rotations alongside other modes like carousel? I would say if they put in one like the spiced up tribute version, if they're going to throw it into the carousel, they're going to need to do more than just average tribute, considering that we've played it so much already.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Tribute just isn't played much by anyone anymore. Whenever I do try to play tribute against other people, it takes forever to get into a match because just so few people play.
Yeah, and let's see. Getting stuff for the gladiator. For me, my gladiator, I try and make the biggest mean character possible because I hate gladiators. And so I feel like everyone else should hate it as much as I do. So make it as much of a shitpost as you possibly can.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. You've actually gone on record as telling me many times you hate all assassins. You just cannot stand assassins as a class.
If I wanted to play assassin, I'd play Assassin's Creed. That's not why I'm doing For Honor.
Yeah, it's a good point.
Yeah, because I'm swinging like 30 different times and they're just dancing around me. So I didn't want to play Dance Dance Revolution today, but now I have to. But I will admit, it is very satisfying when you take care of the assassin's scum. Case in point. Yes, no, just accept it.
Also, even though he's not really your main, you do love your Centura Bear.
I do love my Centura Bear.
Yeah, you do.
I also like the emblem you got. That's pretty sweet right there.
And yeah, this person just said that they announced there won't be any crossplay coming anytime in the future, and that's probably going to lose a lot of people for the game.
Yeah, that's a little disappointing, but I mean, that's why I got a PS4, just so we could play together.
Yeah, initially you had this on Xbox, but when I got the PS4, you legit bought a PS4, one of the reasons being you wanted to game with me.
Yeah, that was the main reason, and okay, what do you think about Zulu Hero and For Honor? They have to make a new faction for a Zulu Hero. I could see one working. It would either have to be a hybrid or an assassin, considering the Zulu's kit. But their Ikhwa Spear would definitely lean more towards an assassin class.
Yeah, but they would probably make the spear a vanguard weapon, because it just feels like it would be.
Possibly. I know one of their feats would definitely be throwing one of those types of like those throwing clubs. I think that would be one of their feats.
Yeah, that'd be a cool idea. That'd be cool. Again, I think that an African faction would be cool, but we talked about why that would be problematic.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of good potential there, particularly if they pulled from like not just the Zulu but the Zonde, the Songhai, and Mali. Would definitely have to front a lot of the heads of the troops.
Yeah, agreed. And we also talked about this. People have always been asking about Native American factions, or Maori factions, or Polynesian factions. Maybe if they combined the Native American and Maori and Polynesian and all that, you could have a pretty diverse faction, which would be cool. I just don't know how they do it.
Yeah, maybe if they had like an Aboriginal faction, something like that might work. Or maybe they said like nomadic wouldn't work. That wouldn't describe them well enough.
No. Aboriginal would be the closest.
Why, hello there. Let's see.
I'll let you read the questions because I'm focused.
Gotta focus because tributes can be insufferable.
Yeah.
Okay, what if they made a Mercy-styled hero for the samurai? You mean like Mercy as in like the Peacekeeper?
Yeah, that was a question from the other day. People were asking, what if they had dagger-like heroes like Peacekeeper for all the factions? And my response was, well, okay, we could add dagger heroes to each faction, but
wouldn't we like them running around with Tontos?
Yeah, but then how would they fight differently? You know, because I mean, describe a different way to use daggers besides what we see with Shaman and PK.
Bring in like a Japanese chef. Just turns the honor heroes into hibachi right in front of your eyes.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, Mal makes a good point. He says he wouldn't want to put crossplay into PC just because it's annoying running across the odd parry. Yeah, PC is a different animal.
It is. Comparing console For Honor to PC For Honor is a very different thing. BP is a cool hero. Warmonger was everything I wanted, but I was slightly disappointed that we didn't get any Salettes.
What does it mean by that?
Sallets is a part of the armor.
Oh, okay. No, now, Maori are Polynesian. Yeah, we know that, but they're more than just there are more Polynesians than just the Maori. So
yeah, there are. There were other.
I would say
Polynesian
the Maori
people.
are probably the most well known.
Yeah, at least Deadliest Warrior made them well known.
Also, they're very big in football, Americanized football, at the very least.
Yeah, because of the haka.
It's a good dance, good exercise, man.
Man, hey, what gets you pumping, man? I'm not gonna judge.
I agree. A Middle Eastern faction would be awesome. I'd like to see weapons, particularly because the type of spear that the mammal mutes you that could actually be really.
I'm gonna get you one of these days. Yeah,
it's a little
boy.
holy he is, but yeah, Middle Eastern faction would be fun, particularly because the Knights and Middle Eastern rivalry would be massive. It'd be Crusader meme.
And Toasty talked about this in the last live stream, but I think the biggest problem that we'd see there is, there'd be these sensitive people who just can't stand it. Just, oh no, knights are killing Middle Eastern characters in a meme-style format, and it's so insensitive and Islamophobic, and don't you have any shame, you Christian bigots?
To which I'd go, Deus fault.
Like, I could give less of a fuck.
And not to mention, it goes both ways. The Saracens could win, too. I mean, yeah, but Pig on the Wing asks, who's better at For Honor? Definitely Raven. Raven's better.
I don't want to toot my own horn, but yes, I would say I am the better player of For Honor. But that doesn't mean that my brother is not good at games. In fact, I would say you're way better at some games than I am. Like, I still say you're better at Dead by Daylight than I am.
That's a bold-faced lie, right?
No, you've done...
Only at playing Doc. Only at playing Doc.
Yeah, you do play Doc better than I do, but you're also really good at Battlefront 2.
That's just because I spam heavy. I just go in and lay down fire until everything in front of me is dead.
Pull the trigger until nothing moves.
Yes, I literally I use the superior firepower strat in Hearts of Iron 4. Okay, or at least have a Middle Eastern hero in the Knight faction, Viking kind of Highlander. What I'd really like to see, and what I'm hoping they do with Holden joining the Vikings, is I'm hoping they do a Varangian for the Vikings, because...
That's what I want, that's what I said. He looks like a Varangian, and I think, wouldn't that be better than just another Knight hero, another generic Knight? I want a freaking Varangian guard, man. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm the crazy one.
No, I want a Varangian guard so bad. We even have a song ready to go.
Yeah, I know. If they do make that a thing, his song when he comes out, his theme song is going to be that.
The Varangian guard. And it's such a good singing, like drinking song. It is.
Yeah, you're right. You're right about that. Honestly, I'd love to see a Middle Eastern faction, mainly for memes, both Crusader and Saracen alike. The memes alone would sell on that.
You came to the wrong neighborhood, Saracen.
And just get a Rajput faction and add Arabs into that,
Honestly, yeah, if they put in the Rajput faction, they could slide under the radar almost all the Arabian factions.
Exactly.
Because there historically were Islamic Rajputs.
Yeah, and non-Islamic Rajputs, it would slide. It would work for me.
Pig on the Wing says Varangian Guard would literally be the only Viking I'd play. That's because you're a man of quality, right?
Exactly. I mean, no question. See, right there. I'm going to try to play with others on my team for this Breach map. I won't play against people, but I'll play with people just to see. Would the Japanese chef just have an unblockable, undodgeable move where he pins you down and chops you into 5 pieces, only move in this move step, and it's a one-shot? Yes.
He would also be a healing class, too, because he would chop up some, great herbs and spices so that, everybody gets a little bit of healing, and he would mesmerize people with the onion volcano.
And now that we have an official execution that turns people into trees, we can have an execution that turns you into sashimi.
The trees, man. They are the trees.
The trees aren't speaking Vietnamese, they are the Vietnamese. Varangian Guard would literally be the only Viking I'd play. Yep, agreed. I'm pretty sure he is a Viking Vanguard. I want him to be, but...
Well, that would make sense for a Varangian to be a Vanguard, and since we just saw another Vanguard drop, I think we're going to see, each faction get a new Vanguard, with the exception of the Wulin, just because they got to catch up.
Now, someone was trying to tell me that the Bardiche, is not a polearm. I laughed at that.
Well, it's got a pole, and you use your arms with it, so
but
I don't know.
I literally looked up Bardiche. Literally, I just went to Wikipedia. I just looked at I'm like, okay, what is a Bardiche? Is it classified as a polearm? First thing it said, a kind of polearm. Done.
Well, Glowing Wind, the reason he's putting it into the pot is because he's still got a job to do. He's still a caterer.
I think I missed something there.
No, he was saying that his execution...
Okay, hold on, before I pick... should I go Nibbles? Chat, let me know. Do I need to go Nibbles? Tell me quick. Quick, chat. Do I go Nibbles? Tell me now. We got 10 seconds. I just need one person to say go Nibbles.
Go Nibbles. You have me.
We got Nibbles. All right, we're going in Nibbles.
Go Nibbles. Yeah, okay, we got Nibbles. It took him a second, but they...
Everyone, here's the thing. You know what? Of all the Vikings, Nibbles is the one that they've all gravitated to, bro. You just...
Well, everybody loves a mascot, and the Vikings have a dog, so...
Nibbles! And I love that that's the name. I love that that's the name for the shaman. I literally... No joke, guys. This is true. This is a true story. A lot of people have been asking me, a lot of people have asked me, how do I name my characters? And sometimes I really do put a lot of thought into it. Like, I try to find meanings for the names, or I try to find historical reference, or I try to think about, like, for example, the name for the centurion is Cornelius, and I drew that from the Bible. So I do really work hard. But when I came to the shaman, I was thinking, what would be a good name? And I was just thinking and thinking, and the only thing I could think of was Nibbles. That was the only thing that came to mind. Nibbles.
I would like to point out that somebody said there are 2 Nibbles on the team, and we have 2 knights that have clearly thought this was a dog show and have each brought their own pet. Okay. I think the glowing Wendigo deserves a shout out here. My friend got a bite of a warden and said, European food. And then the bit of Rulin and said, Chinese takeout. That is incredibly offensive. Keep it up, my good man.
Oh, man. And yes, there are 2 shamans, but never assume that all shamans are Nibbles. There is only one Nibbles. You can try to be like the Nibbles.
I guess we'll call the other one Mighty Muncher or something.
Or just Halo.
Well, almost all the Vikings, with the exception of maybe the Highlander, are heretics. Highlander might be saved.
Highlander might be saved.
That shaman has been going back for the killing. As Samuel Johnston said, so you have chosen death.
So you have chosen.
I call shaman food up. Fair enough. Fair enough.
You're not wrong.
Nibble seeks to consume all. Oh, is he Throt the Unclean?
No, they're the Tyranids.
Oh, that makes sense too.
Oh my god, the shamans are Tyranids. Holy crap. Also, if y'all want to thank anyone for the For Honor and Glory story for what it is now, thank my brother here, because he's the one who introduced me to Warhammer 40k in the first place.
Yep, because I will not shut up about it.
Well, I don't mind. It's fascinating.
Oh. You see, the goal of an assassin fighting an assassin is like a cancer that kills cancer.
You're not wrong.
See, I use the cancer to kill the cancer.
Wait, hold on. Trying to... Tragic moment here. Stay with me.
No, she's just wondering why there's ketchup coming out.
'Cause it's food.
They are not friends, they're food.
Warriors are food, not friends.
We treat her well. The weirdest part for me, though, is the hairstyle you've given her. It reminds me of somebody we used to work with.
Oh, you're right. It does. I didn't even think of that. I only chose this hairstyle because it was the only one that looked somewhat respectable. No.
I see you're getting cooked food this time.
Okay, let's talk about this real quick. Unless do we have more questions in there?
Warden brings shaman home. Can I keep her? I don't know. It's a big responsibility. You're gonna have to take care of her and make sure she's potty trained. Hey, Mal. Anytime I can, just send Warhammer memes to anybody. I'm all about it. That's what got me into Warhammer. I just found the memes and said, "What's this about?" And I never went back. Probably for my own mental detriment, but hey, I haven't regretted.
Oh god.
People with a bounty hunter as their tier 1 are secretly blood angels. Only if they're kleptomaniac. Oh wait, no, that's not blood. No, that's blood raven. Oh, I'm getting my Warhammer tractors confused. I'm a disgrace.
You're a disgrace to the game.
I'll only feed her the best of mans. Good. He also likes tenderloin. Don't ask me how I know. Epileptic hamster was the very end.
Only the best.
Commissar, you have a statement. Well, if you're with the Commissariat, I don't think I can stop you.
You're with the Commissariat, you do what you frickin' want, man.
The only one who can tell you.
Literally, I love the fact that we have a Commissar in the order now.
Oh, that's beautiful. Now, as long as it's Warhammer Commissar, not Soviet Commissar, because those guys are hard to please.
Yeah, we don't talk about them. Oh, make them a tree. Cha-cha-cha-chia. Or, in this case, cha-cha-cha-china.
There's a bonsai. I don't know. Is there other bonsai trees?
If there are, I haven't seen them. They're more of a Japanese tree, honestly.
I always thought somebody didn't know. Like, Japan imported a lot of stuff from China. What happens if two nibbles...
So are we literally saying that the history of Japan could be considered Chinese takeout?
Early on. Early on.
I just lost any of my Japanese viewers right
Yeah,
there.
our old college professor's hunting us down as we speak.
Dr. Palmer, you mean?
Yes, Dr.
Yes, Dr. Palmer.
I can see him just busting in with a shotgun going, did you not take a single bit of notes in my class?
Dr. Palmer, for those of you who are not aware, which most of you probably aren't, I don't think I've ever mentioned him, was our one of our Asian history professors. He specialized in Korean and Japanese history, but he taught us the general.
Yeah, and what I really liked is his wife made like these kimchi style pancakes and taught him to class one time.
Dude,
They were delicious.
that was amazing. That wasn't the first time I'd had kimchi, but that was genuinely really good. I didn't know what to think when he said that he was bringing
I heard
kimchi
was cabbage, and I heard kimchi pancakes, like cabbage pancakes. There's no way they
It's
can be
fermented cabbage.
good. And I know what it was like, son of a gun.
It was actually really good. He brought in bibimbap.
Oh yeah.
That was really good too. Like,
I want a hero and Raven story called Nibbles too, and they just walk on all fours with a leash, walking around Ardenfell Vikings. We may have to include something along those lines.
we'll have to do something like that. I don't know how yet, but we're going to do something. Man, it keeps giving me the indicator that the connection's bad. I keep worrying it's going to kick me any second.
Well, I'm not on, so your chances are already improving. But let's see. This is a weird question. Do you guys think it's weird how there's no slaves in AC Valhalla, even though historically the Vikings have slaves? We don't directly see them, or at least see them called that. In my playthroughs of it, they've mentioned it. However,
Yeah, they've mentioned slaves. I remember them
called
mentioning
it a
slaves.
thrall. Like, they were actually, like, the first guy you want to kill, he actually is trying to enslave you until you break out, because plot contrivances. But
What bothered me about Valhalla was not the absence of slaves. One of the things I hated was the constant addition of female warriors.
yeah, because it's not like it's unheard of, but there wouldn't be that large a variety. They should be more of like the exception to the rule, not the rule itself.
Genuinely, I don't know if you watched my last live stream with Toasty, but you should have heard me. I went on a rant about female equality and stuff. Y'all remember that, right, chat?
Why don't you faint into a bleed and then go by? Because we're saving some things, man. No, you got to have a break between courses. You don't want to overfill on just bread.
Right? I mean, come on. Common knowledge. Oop, there's a target. Da, 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 da.
I just wanted sick of nibbles.
As soon as you said that, sick of nibbles.
Yep, Chinese takeout time.
Oh, why didn't I dodge that? I should have dodged that. Oh, God.
We are the General Sal platter, I believe. Actually, so apparently, like back in the day, Netflix had a documentary trying to find out who General Zhao was.
Are you for real?
Well, Netflix just like, hey, I want to do a documentary, but on something completely stupid. Like in any good documentary, they scrub.
You think the For Honor Knights have a Tomb of the Unknown Soldier?
I mean, Tomb of the Unknown Soldiers was more of an American concept. I wouldn't be surprised if they had like a monument to it, maybe not necessarily a tomb. But typically, when it comes to knights, most of the people that are fighting are knights. They are very well known and of noble birth, so you would recognize who they were just by the crest on their armor. So you really wouldn't have as many problems with unknown soldiers. The unknown soldiers would be the men at arms, and typically they would get a shallow grave, depending on if they were on an offensive campaign. Defensive campaign, they get buried close to their local church. What do you guys think that this is the end of For Honor since there's no crossplay for PS5? Well, there's really not much crossplay now, so I don't think that'll be a deal breaker. But
Well, I mean, I don't know. Just
Spencer Morris asked a good question. Do you think knights were good people? I think they were people, so that means there were some that were good and some that were jerks.
yeah. But in answer to the other question, do I think that this is the end of For Honor? I'll be real honest with you guys. I don't know what the future of For Honor is going to hold. On the one hand, they're clearly putting a lot of energy into it. Like, there's a lot of things that they're adding. And in my opinion, if they were really going to just kill For Honor, yeah, you're right. But if they were really just planning to get rid of For Honor, just end For Honor, why would they put so much energy into it? The way I'd see it, they just do a slow weighing down, giving less and less content, and then eventually just stop releasing content altogether. I think that would be the wiser option. But they're not doing that. They're actually adding more things. They're doing more stuff. And I don't know. But on the other hand, that's a good point. If they're not updating the game for the new platform.
I mean, what's going to do? They might be winding up for Honor 2 or something along those lines. They might be learning from all the things they've done with this game and then translating into a newer one.
I don't know. I hate to see For Honor go. I've been afraid of the death of For Honor for a long time. It's one of my favorite games.
But the thing is, we've been saying, people have been saying For Honor's going to die for like several years now, so it's been surprisingly resilient. But Pig on the Wing, to answer your question, I would love a soldier with an M1 Garand running around, just capping every single hero that dares to come near him, and the ping sound alone would be worth it.
Yeah, literally, and the Glowing Wendigo just made a good point. This game has been around with a relatively large player base for the 5 years that it's been around. And that's another thing that's another reason I don't think it's necessarily going to die. Despite what people say, it's got a big player base. It's got a huge player base.
The Bloodborne Hunter also says might as well do a 2015 For Honor gameplay talking about like a pre-alpha before they had made them like hero classes. And was more like you customize just the weapon rather than just...
Almost like what Battlefront 2 is.
Not like Battlefront 2. I think the closer analogy might be like Mountain Blade.
Yeah, okay. Alright.
Yeah. I know you don't have, like, I want an M2 Browning feat. Yes. Well, throw in an MG42 while we're at it. Let the Germans...
No, this is wrong. The Commissar just said, I feel like For Honor is going to be like Overwatch. I don't think so. And I'll tell you why. Because Overwatch is crap.
Yeah, well...
There, I said it. Kill me if you want, but it's the truth.
Also, as bad as For Honor's community can get, For Honor's will not have the same degree of degeneracy that the Overwatch fan base has.
The guesstimate from Glowing Wendigo is that For Honor will die in 2026.
2020, wow.
If it lasts that long, I'll be satisfied.
2025, no, it's got to last 2020.
2026. I would love for it to last that long. But all games eventually die. Even Rainbow Six Siege, I've noticed, is slowly losing popularity.
Well, we knew that they were slowly. Yeah, I agree. The fan base is not as toxic as Rainbow Six Siege. That's because Rainbow Six Siege is like half of the fan base is like is pre-adolescent. So, yeah.
Hey, sorry guys, my computer just conked dead, so I can't read your.
I still got it running.
Okay, you still got it running. Good. I'll try to pull it up soon, but as long as my bro can read it, we're good.
Yeah, cognitive skills, go. But yeah, the real question now is in regards to Shaman. We clearly know she's on some kind of drug, but what kind? Based on the various hairstyles, I was gonna go methamphetamines, but maybe crack. What do you think?
Good. Whatever it is, I want some. She's having fun.
Yeah, but the walking around on all fours, and then the last time she saw a fire hydrant. I mean, we had to explain everything to the property manager. It was a mess.
People were saying that I still say Shaman in the backstory.
Well, R6 gets like 100 more plays every update, and they release a huge update basically in CCU, and got more players instead of lots. Yeah, well, Rainbow Six has an interesting history with updates and everything. And some of the updates with Rainbow Six I do like. It's just, the core gameplay for me is kind of meh. Because if I'm in a shooter where I can die in like a single second, I like being able to respawn. That's why I'm more drawn to like the Battlefield style games, or at least I was until 5 came out.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my history with that. I don't know about that, Commissar. Have you ever seen the Dead by Daylight fan base? They are a pretty toxic bunch.
What did he say?
He said, I don't think there's anything more toxic than R6 or Overwatch fan bases.
Oh, God. I'm not going to play that one because I just don't play Overwatch to know. But I will say this. The fan base, the community of Dead by Daylight is some of the most toxic people. In no other game have I gotten so many death threats and hate messages. Whether I win or lose, they will send me death threats, messages, just the worst. Like, just...
Yeah. I remember when I first got DBD and I tried playing as a killer, and I was new, but I got like 2 kills, because, you know, I was facing against other noobs, and I got chewed out so much just because they didn't like the way I was playing. And I was confused, like, I thought I did what I was supposed to do.
Yeah, just, oh, you were camping. You were tunneling. I'm sorry, what am I supposed to do? You're supposed to let us win, didn't you know that?
Yeah, I Salmonations, yeah, Salmonations has pretty good videos that explain the survivors think the...
Literally, the thing is, Dead by Daylight was supposed to recreate the thrill of slasher movies. It does not. It does the exact opposite. It bullies slashers. Okay, that's what it does.
Unless you're Billy. Billy can do whatever he wants.
Billy can do whatever the hell he wants to. He's special. And also insane.
R6 community thinks it's fun to pixel peek. Well, they would.
Here's the thing about R6. I'm going to say this right now. The thing I hate about R6, and I need to do my next R6 video, don't I? I need to do Thatcher, but I won't do the chibi. Got to get her to do that, but she's been going through a rough time lately, so I'll cut her some slack. But the thing that bothers me about R6 is it's totally reversed now. Who's attacking who? That's the question. The whole idea of it is it's supposed to be an attacking group and a defending group. But now, the defenders will literally rush out of the building to attack the attackers, and the defenders have to find places to cover just so that they don't get sniped from windows or bum rushed out the door. It makes it very unfun for either side, and I do think that the defenders have unfair advantages in a lot of situations. Like, Russian Badger pointed this out, there is just so much crap that the attackers have to worry about when going in. And here's the best part for me, some characters are just so useless now. Like, for example, Castle. I still stand by Castle as one of the most worthless operators because his gadget is totally destroyable by so many things. Now, some characters literally have side items, like breaching charges and stuff like that, that can just blow open his crap. Then you have characters like, Thermite.
There's like 30 different clones around now.
Yeah, everyone can do what Thermite does now.
Yeah, I agree. The new operator is going to be pretty, is going to be stupidly basic.
Yeah.
Hacks on to survive. But, Lil Man, I gotta say, I don't think the Lawbringers would be the ones on the MG42s purely because their helmets obscure too much of the vision. If you're on the MG42, you gotta have a good line of sight. So, unless they're taking off the helmets, I'm not seeing it.
Me neither.
Maybe the Peacekeepers, they might be able to get away with not having their whole faces cut.
Is she gonna have unbreakable lasers on doors and windows? That new 40 days. Yeah,
she has a prosthetic arm to bust through doors. Apparently, she came from Battlefield 5. At least prosthetic arms make more sense in Rainbow than they do in World War. Good Lord, I still hate them.
And she punches people instead of knives. So.
I mean, if you got a rope, but the thing is, if you're gonna do that, you have to go rocket punch. It's law.
It is the law. Why am I fighting Itakiri on my own?
Honestly, all the people in front of me is like 4-1, all the heroes are 6. Yeah, it's kind of like the Chad, like all the Chads, when they're born, once they start getting large, they go, alright, those are the actual warriors. Everybody else, you're cannon fodder. Have fun. It's just like, what am I here for? Your purpose is to die.
Welcome aboard, soldier. You are going to die.
Can you imagine being that one minion that actually survives the whole way through? Like, oh.
Yeah, that one minion who just managed to avoid death.
What if, like, canonically, the minion, it's like chess, the minions get to the end of the breach map, they get to be a respawn hero?
Awesome.
It's like Queen, poor guy gets turned into a female, like, peacekeeper's like, no!
Oh no you don't. Let my shinobi plant his flag.
Oh, we gotta help Shinobi.
I know. Paramount to heresy, but there it is. Nom noms!
Okay, middles. You know, oddly enough, I thought it would be Shugoki that would break to have a meal in the middle of a fight.
He's fat phobic.
Why did you guys go to college to study history? I just love history, and I was going in as a pre-law minor. And so I needed to do something, and a lot of people recommended poli-sci or English, and I said, can I get away with doing history, because that's what I preferred to study. And so I did that, and then as I got towards it, I realized I don't want to do all the legal paperwork, so I'd prefer to be a teacher. And so I just stuck with history so I could teach it, and now I do.
And as for me, I was originally going in to be a teacher of English, fell in love with history. I've always loved history, but I fell more in love with it, and especially Asian history when I started dating an Asian girl in college who really got me in love with the culture. So I started studying the culture more deeply, and eventually I picked up an Asian studies minor where I focused my studies in Asian culture, language, and history.
Not to mention you would occasionally do some book runs for me whenever I was doing a paper, so you kind of got involved with my research too.
That too, and also you and I would always just go out and eat. We'd just talk history. We play a game that we call Questions, which is exactly what it sounds like. We just throw questions at each other, and we have to answer as honestly as we can. And it was a fun game that we used to do over dinner. And quite often, it just really grew our love for history. You see, our history teachers weren't, especially in grade school and stuff, were usually pretty boring. They usually didn't go into history the way we wanted, and they skipped a lot of stuff. So our conversations about history usually made it a lot more fun.
Yeah, and the amount of times we've talked to other people about history and their eyes just glaze over and start frothing at the mouth.
Yeah, it's always
spectacular.
It's amazing, but also a little suspect.
Yeah, they invite us to Guantanamo Bay, and free rides are okay. But and the minions that survive Dominion can become conquerors and Nobushis. Conquerors maybe, but all of the minions are male, so if they become Nobushis, and that means it's a trap.
Well, if they're Japanese, that might just be the case.
Or if they're Thai.
What if?
Wendigo versus Skinwalker, who would win?
Depends on which Wendigo.
And depends on how poorly the fight is written, honestly.
Yeah, that's it.
It also depends on the legend. Like Wendigo is more like around the Great Lakes area. Skinwalker is that more Navajo?
Yeah, Skinwalker's usually more Navajo, northern area. The Skinwalkers aren't attributed to all tribes, but I think the idea is, it depends on what they're skinwalking changing into, and I would also say it depends on the Wendigo and how strong the Wendigo are, because some Wendigo are stronger than others, according to folklore.
In some legends, Wendigos are also very similar to Skinwalkers, so
There's a lot of...
It's like who would win, a werewolf or a wolfman?
I just want a femboy Nobushi Ubi, please.
Well,
so you want a Shota?
I think he's missing. Like what was it's like Femboy Theaters, Goth IHOP, and there's a third one. That's Suswing. Yes, it is. Be careful, the commissar's onto you. He's got a bolt pistol with your name on it.
What did he say?
Commissar's looking at that sus.
Oh, what the guy said? That sus.
Commissar, you know what your duty is.
The irony of the frail, petite woman eating people instead of the massive, obese man who just makes your entire body into hamburger helper.
Well, you gotta understand. Shugoki's there, to tenderize it for it.
Before we end the stream tonight, we might do this in maybe 10 minutes, or maybe whenever this match is over. We'll need to switch to Battlefront 2, because we need to have a rant about Star Wars. Because my community has heard me lose my mind about Star Wars. They haven't heard us both lose our mind about Star Wars.
I don't think they need that much collective autism.
Mm-mm. No one needs that much collective autism, but they're going to get it.
I just want equal representation, I swear.
Sure, yeah, that's what they all say.
How compelling! Please stand against the wall.
Oh no, he's using the bomb. He's using the bomb. I'm out. Dang it.
I hate it when I'm like, haha, I lived. Psych.
Psych, you thought. The Mandalorian is great.
Of what I've seen of it, yeah, I enjoyed it.
I liked it. Although I hear it's going in a dark direction.
Well,
I don't mean that in a good way.
Yeah, well. You take what you can get.
I like the first season, at least.
Yeah, I've only seen parts of the first season just because all my technology hates Disney Plus for some reason.
Okay, we got that one. Work our way down, boys. Work our way down.
The Mandalorian is Fortnite. Listen, if it exists on the internet, eventually Fortnite will get to it.
Yeah, Fortnite. Fortnite's no longer a game, it's a meme factory.
Yeah, and as long as I have a special loathing for Fortnite just because my kids won't shut up about it when I am an actual teacher. And so my kids all the time, they talk about Fortnite or Warzone.
That's all they want to talk about.
Yep. And just to irritate you, go, oh, that's a skin in Fortnite.
Well, the thing is, here's what I didn't like about Fortnite. I'll tell you exactly what I didn't like about Fortnite. It advertised itself as this really cool but quirky anti-zombie game. That's what I liked about it. I loved the trailer. I thought
Are you
it was
anti-zombie?
Yes, and
Okay.
I'm proud of it. And I thought that was going to be so cool. I thought it looked like a fun game. And you start playing it, and that's exactly what it is. It seems like it. But no one would play that mode. No one would play that. It was always the Battle Royale. So they abandoned the zombie aspect, brought in the Battle Royale, and now that's all anyone did. But then even that started to get old because it's just another shooting game, which there are tons of those already. So they start selling the cosmetics, the emotes, the signatures, and that's all people care about. They don't care about the gameplay. They don't care about the intriguingness of the plot. They don't care about, they just care about, ooh, how much of a meme can I make today?
Yeah, that's pretty much what Fortnite is. And also, I'm going to be honest with you, the original gameplay with the zombie thing, it was kind of half-baked.
Yeah, I don't deny that, but it was still entertaining enough.
Yeah, it was. I will agree with you that. But you are right, Pig on the Wing, it is basically become like an internet rule. If it exists long enough, eventually there will be a Fortnite version of it.
Yep.
Revenge.
Does that mean Ranma 1/2 is going to end up in Fortnite?
If it gets popular again, I fear for humanity.
What, just in general, or if Fortnite gets hold of it?
Both.
I don't know, I like Ranma 1/2.
I think it's entertaining too, but in today's climate, I can just imagine that it could be taken one or two ways, neither of which is good.
Yeah, that's true. It's very true. They actually saved the world. This game was never finished, and they took it out of early access. There was supposed to be another biome that they promised. Yeah, they just said, let's go with the money, you know?
Yeah, well, the thing is, they made the Battle Royale thing sort of as like a gimmick.
Nibbles rise! She's a zombie, then, you know?
I thought you were anti-zombie. You lied to me.
I've always wanted a Wendigo wyvern.
Isn't that just like, oh, like a zombie dragon?
Isn't that a Yu-Gi-Oh monster?
Or it's a mount for Manfred von Karstein. If any of you play Warhammer or Total War.
Which you do.
Yeah, I do. I'm terrible at it, but I play it.
Hell yeah, dude. Alright.
Wind of Deathfield. How will that work? It won't. It'll collect welfare.